And we are back. Alrighty, so last we had left off, our explorative group of adventurers, the explorers of Efera, the continent of Efera, they had found themselves finally returned to New Verdalka. Sort of the shining new jewel of Efera, at least to the colonists, or coats, as they're called by the natives. They found themselves returning after a very, very, very long time away. Almost 4 months of actual calendar time, although it only seemed to be maybe a month and a half for them. They return because they currently find themselves locked in a revolutionary war between two groups of people. One people fighting to maintain the status quo, bloodshed in the jungle, and the taking of slaves of those natives in the jungle. Then there are the others, the natives themselves, and some colonists who don't want that life anymore. They don't want to take, they want to try and grow together, inspired after what they might have seen in All's Crossing, a city located right in between New Efera and New Verdalka, where, well, natives and colonists existed together, happy and fine. Party inspired by this knows that they have to continue to fight for what is right and help free the people of these metaphorical and literal shackles. So they find themselves in New Verdalka after having been snuck in by, I don't think you can really call it a thieves guild anymore, but Jalissa, the head of what used to be one of the most powerful thieves guilds in Efera. Now nothing more than her, along with 15 injured people who can't show their faces outside. So the party, working with Jalissa, hatch a plan. It's about as good as one as they could get, where they determine that they're going to attempt to go to the different important people around New Verdalka, whether that be the Silver Rose, the merchant seemingly in charge of the bigger businesses around town, and also apparently after a message and communication with Morganix's patron, apparently he also, maybe, used to be an angel, but she took one of his feathers and he fell from grace, no longer allowed in the Celestia. And it seems as though the flower that Cyrus possesses might be his. Maybe. Of course, there's a lot of conjecture, but maybe. Another person they have thought of going to is the governor, Governor Torin. They know that he is unsatisfied with his position and doesn't like Agatha Durandon almost at all, but feels as though he has no other choice. As long as he has power and he has money, it seems as though he doesn't care. There is the law. Good, Jamie.
I'm fine. I'm vibing.
So, there is the law of the city guard, who are loyal to the governor. There is also Ulf Hornwood, a master shipwright and noble of Iverion, serving underneath Agatha as well. Then there is Agatha herself. If they can somehow cut the head off the snake, well, the rest of the body is sure to die. At least that's what they hope. So instead of trying to go to her flagship, Agatha's flagship, and destroy the Golden Cove from the inside out, they instead plan to try and politic their way through what's happening here. So the party heads to sleep as soon as they finally get to New Verdalka and get let into the city. And eventually before they head to sleep, there are a few conversations that happen between party members, and then one conversation that happens between Morganix and her patron, learning of the Silver Rose and is perhaps of being a um, uh, perhaps of being an angel. So, the party, at least Morganix, now knowing that information, they all headed off to sleep, and eventually they woke up the next morning. They woke up ready to confront whatever they had for the day. So, as all 5 of you are waking up in the morning, you are now in New Verdalka. You wake up inside this sort of cistern connected to the sewers, and you are able to now do whatever you wish to do for your plan. So as you're waking up, strapping on your weapons, armor, gathering all together, is there any morning ritual in particular anybody does before they head to meet up with the party, or is it just kind of like I'm getting up and headed there?
Are we like separated, or like are we all in the same room? What's going on there?
Well, the thing is, the cistern, there's maybe a few shacks, but really it's just kind of like there's a bedroll here, there's a bedroll there, fall down where you can.
Oh, so we might actually be separated.
Yeah, it's not a very big area, maybe 50 feet by 50 feet. So you're not getting very far away from each other, but there's at least distance.
Yeah, I'm going in search of my group immediately.
So,
yeah, Alec would have found a spot pretty far away from the others. I mean, as far away as she could down here. But in the morning, after a few quick prayers, she would be up relatively early, just kind of like awaiting instruction.
Varnas would actually try to find Sayla before meeting up with the rest of the group.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty. So
I don't know if Jamie was going to do anything else, but I would like to have a conversation with Sayla at some point.
So, Cyrus, was there anything you had planned, or were you getting ready to just meet up with the rest of the group?
Jamie, buddy, you there?
Okay.
He's sleeping.
if he does, that's okay. He can do that before. But Ryan, Varnast, we'll go ahead and go to your conversation with Sayla. So easy enough in the morning. She's not exactly ready to be stealthy yet, so she's still out in the open. So you're able to easily find her.
I was about to say, how high of a perception do I have to roll to find Sayla to have this conversation?
Well, your passive perception is the only reason why you can find her. So you're able to see her off in a corner. Sayla, was there anything in particular you were doing in the morning?
She would likely be just making sure her gear is okay.
Okay. So you can see her, Varnast, as you are sort of making your way around. You can see the party beginning to gather off to one side, but you are able to see her just inspecting her blades, making sure that the rivets in her studded leather armor are still all there and still all fastened. So you're free to approach.
All right, I would do so. And I wouldn't be like super sneaky about it because don't want a dagger thrown at me out of nowhere. Morning.
Hey.
How'd you rest?
Is that really a question considering everything going on right now?
Fair enough. What do you think about our efforts today?
I think we should have gone with your plan because I feel like this is just going to get us into more trouble.
Well,
But you can't tell them anything. They're not going to listen. They never do.
I know. That's why I came over to talk to you.
Do you think my voice is going to change anything?
No. I need a favor.
Ooh, she's very interested at this. She's not used to being asked favors, and last time it was to murk somebody if they decided to go evil.
Hey, that made your day.
I mean, it did, but you know.
What we're going up against, you understand how bad someone like Agatha can be, don't you?
All too well.
You see he's just like kind of like hesitating, trying to like phrase what he wants to say. Whatever happens, I refuse to be captured by her again.
I see. Is
For your
this
own
you
sake.
asking? Oh, sorry. Go for it.
For your own sake, if things look bad, just don't try to save me.
She's looking slightly, for once ever, conflicted, and then just kind of nods, like, fine.
That was all I wanted to say.
I take it you really don't think we're going to be doing very well.
I don't know. I don't like plans that are heavily involved with chance, and I know my idea is heavily involved in chance as well, but
A little less.
I'm just concerned that we talk to one of these people and they can tell us exactly what we want to hear, and then an hour later the entire city could be flooded with golden shields trying to take us down. With Ethos, we had a backup plan on how to destroy him if our talk didn't go well. With this, I'm afraid that we're revealing too much too early. But I've said my piece, and it is what it is. I have a gift for you, though. It's not much, but I figured you more than anyone else can make the best use of it. And he'll kind of like softball toss her over something. And I assume with your dexterity, you would just easily catch it because he throws it right at you.
Sweet, yeah.
But it's his old golden shield like badge that marked him as a member of the mercenary group.
Why would you be giving me this?
Because if things go far south, it could open up the right or wrong doors for someone like you, I think. It might be enough to help you get out. And you're the only one that I think anyone would even think could be a golden shield out of our group.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
You might not need it, but it's options.
Right. She tucks it away for safekeeping.
We should probably go meet up with the others.
Probably would be smart. Try not to die.
Tried it before. Things don't always go according to plan, and he turns and he walks away.
She just kind of shakes her head and goes back to double checking everything to make sure it's fine.
Okay. Nope.
You laughing at my dead joke? Jokes?
I thought it was pretty funny.
Thank you.
I thought it was pretty great too. I was muted.
So, with that, Varnast, you then make your way over towards Cyrus, Morganix, and Alec. And then Selah, eventually you see that the four of them are sort of gathered, and they see Varnast approach, and then the other four just kind of look at you as you're just sitting over there by yourself, prepping everything. Assuming you head over and join them eventually.
Yeah.
Morganix looks impatient.
Okay, so then once she starts to look at you impatient, you know that if you're not careful, she might shoot another Eldritch Blast at you, so you might as well head over there now. So you get up, you make your way over. So now the 5 of you convened probably in that small shack where you had met with Jalissa originally. So as you are meeting with her, or where you met with her yesterday in that small shack with the table and the map of New Verdalka, fixed it. Hey, nice. Okay, so you make your way there. You can see that Jalissa's not here yet, so it's up to you if you want to try and wait for her, but none of you have seen her just yet. So
I won't wait for her.
okay, that's fine. So you make your way in and you start to discuss, and then do you guys want the map of New Verdalka pulled up while you talk, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to have
Okay.
an idea.
Here, let me just change one thing real quick. I have it set up for when you go. Okay, there. Global reload scene. There's a lot of light fixtures on. Pull all to see. What? Oh, sorry, my bad. There we go.
Woo! Ooh.
Oh god, this looks so much better.
It's so cool. Ah.
Yeah,
It's overwhelming.
if you zoom in on the fire, they actually have a red glow.
Yeah,
to them.
I was just looking at that. The fire's still burning. That's awesome.
Yeah, I really kind of.
Where are we? We're up here.
Yeah, you guys are right
We're-
in between
yeah,
those
we're over
cherry
here.
blossom trees. Yep, that's where
Yeah.
the
Gotcha.
exit is for where you're at now. You'll exit out of that well over there.
Gotcha. This is where we're headed.
Yeah, like the Silver Rose is actually like very close to us.
Great.
So
I
you
have
guys-
additional information.
All right.
The Silver Rose and I have a common enemy.
Which is
What?
who?
I gesture to the hilt of my sword. Apparently, he fell because of her.
Do you think he'd be willing to work with us knowing that information?
Well, I definitely think it's a conversation point. He wants more than anything in this world to go home and to restore the balance. And he cannot do that on the side he is currently on.
But
He
what
and
is
I-
stopping him from attacking you? You have this unique relationship with that thing.
whom
Maybe
I hate, and I would be seeking his advice on rebinding her.
I mean, she did say she's going to destroy you, darling, so I kind of understand.
He and I have a lot more in common than initially anyone ever realized. And I need to have a conversation with this man. This is the first real lead I have had. Also, she apparently took one of his feathers,
What?
and I'm kind of cautiously looking over at Cyrus.
a feather. Alec will also kind of glance at Cyrus.
Joy.
I would not bring that with you in there. Because I can sense it. So you will.
I don't know what you're talking about, Morgana.
Yes, you do.
Can we back up 4
play
steps?
that
What are
game
you guys
with me.
talking about?
Cyrus will sigh and like she's talking about this.
I wince away a little as he pulls it out.
So as Cyrus pulls it out, Varnest, you haven't seen this yet, and I don't even think Sayla, you've seen it, or Morgana. I think the only person who has seen it has been Alec.
Alec.
Because
No, I for sure saw it because you told me I had a
Oh.
very adverse freak out reaction to it and knew what it was.
Yes, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
like
that's
I was
I-
being subtle
I
trying to
remember that
show
as
it, but
well.
like Morganix was the only one who like was like, the fuck
Exactly.
is that?
Okay, so it was just Sayla and Varnes who haven't seen it yet. So the two of you see almost what looks to be a thick bird feather where there's a lot of texture and thickness to it, but it is shining and shimmering. And almost depending on how the light hits it, it changes and it's reflective in color, shimmering from blue to green to orange to red, purple, just over and over and over again. It is beautiful, and you can see that the air around it tends to shimmer with new life and rebirth. And it is comforting to look at until you realize what it may be. You've never heard of them before, but Sayla, you recognize it very, very, very clearly because
Oof.
you grew up with them.
She just kind of grits her teeth and is just visibly uncomfortable being near it. Why do you have that?
Because it's mine. I want it.
He won it in a card game. Alec
Huh.
kind of like shifts a little uncomfortable.
I'd destroy it.
Oh, no.
Hmm.
I don't know if you're aware of what this is capable of.
I am more than aware of what it is. I don't care.
Then you'll know exactly why I'm keeping this. This is my Hellas, this isn't even my get out of jail free card. This is get out of my fucking disintegrate in a plane card. No, I'm not giving this up. It's out of the question.
I'm not asking you to. I'm just saying, if it creeps me out, he might be able to sense it. He's an ancient creature, and you should maybe not bring it with you.
But hold on. Are you saying even when you've not seen this, you sensed it on my person this whole time?
No, but he's the real deal, or he was once. I am an ancestor of the real deal. But when I see it, it's painful to me.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Oh, you don't. No, you don't mean
Cyrus,
you're not the one who took it.
I think it's best if you just leave it here, somewhere safe. Maybe Jalissa can lock it away for you, but
Cyrus will just hand it to Malik, like without even missing a beat. I trust you.
I didn't mean to offend you, Cyrus.
No. Trust me. If it's that sort of a subject, I will leave it here with Alec. I don't, especially if we're going to talk to this chap. I don't want him to be like, oh,
am
you're
I,
obviously fucking bad news, and I'll be like, maybe.
was I to stay here during this conversation?
I don't know that we'd really worked out the plan of that. I feel I need to talk to this man, not just about what's happening here, but what's happening with me. And I feel, I have no rationale for this, but I feel like I can win him over. And there's nothing logical to base that on. It is just my gut. So I don't ask any of you to endorse that necessarily. but it's very important to me to try.
Um,
And there's still the whole possibly assassinate him after if it doesn't work thing.
Right, but I'm not comfortable with you going alone, if that's what you're implying.
Then we ask Jalissa if she has a safe place.
What?
To leave this item in case it is his.
I agree. I don't think it's safe to bring it, but I also don't want you to go alone.
Respectfully, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're
I'm
talking
sorry.
about what we're going to do when we talk to this man. We haven't figured out if we can get a hold of him.
I think I can. I think I send him a message that he can't possibly ignore. And we go in with an invitation, disguised through the front door, for a business meeting.
You're gonna message him how?
The old-fashioned way. And I pull some parchment and my ink quill out of my bag.
Okay. What you writing?
I am drawing a picture of a feather. And I am writing the words, "Do you want to go home?" I will, in smaller writing, after discussing with the group for a second, I think after this, I give a time where, in his district, where we can be approached in disguise to be invited for a meeting. What do you think?
I mean, if you're confident about this connection you both share, then I mean, it beats me trying to gamble him into helping us. So I mean, it's a yes, much better than my idea of being a fucking. And Cyrus just points at himself. I don't know, me.
Oh, I might still need all of that. I think the colloquial term is wingman?
I trust you. So if this is the plan that you feel is right, then I will gladly follow and do what I can. I don't think I'm going to be very helpful in this situation.
Unless things go very badly. Then we fall back on plan B. And
Well, that I
think we
can
all
be very
remember what
helpful.
And
Alec will, like,
kinda
smile.
laughs nervously.
I am confident we may be able to speak to this governor as well, because I do really feel like if we can get him on our side, we get the town's law on our side.
I like that idea a lot.
Because I mean, the governor makes the law bringer follows the law. It's 2 for 1.
Possibly 3 if this goes well. That would change things. That would change everything if we can pull it off. I know it's a gamble I'm asking you all to take.
You guys ask a lot of gambles.
Oh, you know I love gambling, Sailor. Don't be so sullen.
This is serious. I grew
Yes.
up with one of those.
Now you know how seriously good I am.
And does this like painfully cringy wink.
She
Sayla.
does not look impressed.
Sailor,
No,
I'm sorry.
no, you first.
You never talk much about the angel. Would you like to?
No. She immediately just kind of seems to fold in on herself and just goes back to looking off and away.
They bleed all the same, do they not? If things go wrong, I at least know how I would like to handle it. Well, he's here, isn't he?
Yeah. And he's weaker than he would have been in his celestial form, if I understand that correctly.
Oh, right. Well, if we're all going in disguise, Alex, darling, if you don't mind, and Sarah's like gestures hand to take that feather back.
Yeah, she'll like awkwardly hand it back over to you.
Morganax will finish the letter and write. Oh, let me take a look at this map. What is this? Oh, wait, how do I? Okay, this is how. What is this fountain thingy here?
Wait, sorry, I didn't see.
This thingy. I don't know if I'm doing it right on Foundry.
Oh, just holding left click. Oh, the fountain right there in front of the tavern. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So that is just a. So that's just a regular fountain, that right in front of the. Sorry, this is one of those.
Sorry, I kind of
Oh no
threw a
it's,
random.
Oh no, it's not random. It's just trying to find my way around Foundry because I know that I. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, finding my way back to like journals that like I put on the map. That is the lily by the fountain.
I will write in the letter that I can be found at the lily by the fountain at sunset. And I will blot and seal my little letter.
Okay.
Sayla.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with this feather.
I'm familiar with what uses them.
Then tell me this. When this man believes that Morganax has his feather, do you think he'll
I'm not
talk?
telling him about the feather.
Aren't you literally drawing a feather and asking if you want to go home? I feel like that's a pretty clear implication.
It means I know what he's lost. It's symbolic.
No. What you're writing is I have it. Come meet us.
Yeah, that was the impression I got too.
I will shred it and start again.
Okay, anyways, my question is this man, if he believes we have the feather, more likely going to talk and make a deal, or do you think he would straight out resort to violence to take it back?
Both?
No, he sounds like a businessman.
In terms of gold, perhaps, but this is the thing he wants more than anything.
I'm not telling him about the feather, and he doesn't necessarily need that to go home. He needs balance.
Perhaps just knowing that you are some sort will be enough to just grant an audience of some sort. Could you phrase it like that? That you are of some blood relation maybe very distant, but you share some of that.
Second draft, I will write in celestial. Do you want to go home?
Now that pretty good.
Now we're cooking with fire.
And the same other information.
Fire.
Blot, fold, seal, pointed look at Varnast better. But I'm cracking a little bit of a smile so he knows I'm not, like, angry.
It's less likely to get you killed, at least, immediately. So, yes, better.
Thank you.
I
appreciate your input.
I hate to be rude, but Alec, Varnast, Sailor, one of you, do you mind if I have some like scrap of your cloths? I'm terribly sorry. Mine are quite nice, and yours are rather filthy.
Alec looks at him confused, and like she'll rip off a piece and hand it to him.
Thank you, darling. And he'll like wrap up the feather.
You're welcome, I think.
Morganax.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Morganax, I think I should go with you.
Well, I think everybody goes. In disguise. First, we need to have the letter delivered in the morning. And then perhaps we could do some intelligence gathering around the town?
So we have the letter delivered now, and we meet him at sundown, correct?
I think that would be the best way to do it.
I agree.
I didn't sleep well last night. I've been thinking about this a lot.
I don't know how good of an idea it is for all of us to go there.
Well, if it goes poorly and we resort to Plan B...
Oh, I mean, I'm fine with either. I mean, we can fucking stab, slash, lightning, burn the shit out of him. It's fine, either way. I mean, obviously, the preferable one is he's pretty cool.
Right, but if Plan B, Varnas, don't you want to be there for that?
I'm trying to think about the overall picture. If this goes as bad as it can and we're all wiped out, New Verdalka will not be taken back.
I don't plan on dying today, Varnast.
No one does.
And I see no problem.
If you don't want to go... If you don't want to go, you don't have to. I won't ask you to.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but if it comes to Plan B, I'd rather you won't be there. I'm not saying it will, but, you know, if shit's pretty bad, and let's be honest, we're pretty fucking unlucky. If it goes rather poorly, then I feel much better if we were all there. I mean, I know a few of you talking is not your strong point.
Alec just shuffles.
I mean, Cyrus will like pull out his hip blast and offer it to one of them. Maybe this will help. Oh fuck, it's empty.
Oh. Would you be more comfortable waiting outside? We could try to signal in some way if we need you.
I mean, perhaps, even if just a couple of you go in first and the rest are, I don't know, admiring the area. I could be in the skies. I'm on business. Hello, new town. I'm here to trade. That won't be my voice. I'm far better at it than that, I promise.
I actually like that idea, though.
That
I
way,
mean, let's be honest.
everyone's close.
We're close. I mean, I'm not being funny, but like this whole nation. No offense, Alec. It's pretty ready to just explode into fucking flames. There's money to be made, and people would be looking to profit off of that. So, I mean, that's why I'm here. Of course, I'm looking to strike a deal.
Speaking of that, what
Yes, darling.
are we offering this man? How are you planning on winning him over? Exactly.
I want to know if he wants vengeance against the woman who did this to him, and in doing so, perhaps restoring the balance by
Doesn't that
aligning
helps you
with
either.
us. He cannot restore balance on her side, but I know he can on ours. There is still a lot of good he could do, and he doesn't even realize the opportunity has fallen into his lap.
If he's such, I mean, Sailor Morganics, you'll know more about this than I do, but if he's this supposed, dealer in the shadows, this respected businessman, that gives me one answer to why he's doing this. And my idea is, it's to fucking leave. If he's presented with this opportunity, we will not turn that down.
Unless you think about the fact that good is subjective. He might very well think he is on the side of good.
Then I change his mind. Or we kill him.
I'm sorry, I thought Sailor, did you say something?
Good is subjective, and people can think they're on the right side even if they are on what we would consider the wrong side.
No, darling, I was making a joke as Morganics said we should just kill him.
Mm.
Not your usual chipper self this morning, Sailor. No, okay.
If we kill this man, we'll need to regroup here and try to get into the Golden Cove as quickly as possible.
Right.
Or we leave a false flag, make it seem like someone else killed him.
No. They know we're coming.
You don't know we're here yet.
They'll know by now that we've retaken the Leaping King. Even if we got here sooner than expected, they can't be completely unprepared for this. And if one of their top members are dead, they'll crack down on defenses for all of them, and we'll lose our shot.
If we kill him, can you send a message to Ethos for the army to approach and create a distraction?
The problem is they're 3 days away because they're at the Leaping King still.
Yep.
So yes, but there would be a delay. That's just 3 days of travel. They'd have to prepare and get everything ready, which Ethos, I'm sure, has that stuff timed down, but that still takes time.
Should we wait for them to be closer?
But are you not confident in your ability to speak with him? I mean, between you and Cyrus, you both have a very unique way with words. I assume that you two would be more than capable of at least getting him to listen. Sure, good and wrong, be that what it may, if your gods are like my gods, if he is an angel, then I can't see how he thinks there is good in enslaving hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people and taking land that does not belong to them.
In my gut, I feel this will work, or I will put the fear of God into him. But I cannot ask any of you to put yourselves on the line for something like my gut. This is just me feeling this is what I have to do.
I mean, like I said, I can't help but feel like he would be apprehensive if we all went to this meeting.
Agreed.
So, I stand by your reasoning. I think it's a good plan. However, I stand by we stay nearby. But like I mentioned before, I mean, I could have a small group, a couple with me, just looking around the architecture, looking at this failing city, looking for opportunity, places to sell and renovate after this civil war.
Right. I can be with Cyrus. That way there's less of a group heading towards him. I
Cyrus,
agree
you
that
don't want to go in with me?
I trust you, and I mean, if you need me, I'll be.
Morganix looks nervous at that. Like, touched, but also like, oh god.
I can offer you a blessing that might make your words seem more convincing. Along with that, if things go south in there, I think that I'd be your best chance to get you out of there.
Alright. It's also worth noting if it goes bad, I'm pretty sure Melkantha would just be tickled at the idea of torturing him again. She and I are kind of on a, I guess you'd call it a truce, temporarily. You know, the enemy of my enemy, and
Sure.
I don't know how to hurt her, and she still has a few months before she can hurt me, so... I mean, she still manages it with words, don't get me wrong.
So it's decided then?
Do we try anything with the governor as well? Or do we wait and do the rose first?
I stand by we do both. As much as I hate to say it, and he'll kind of like smirk. Varnas, what do you think? You seem to be more, as salty as you are, a bit more level-headed. My concern is if it goes poorly, we blow our chance with the governor.
The thing is, we have a way into the Silver Rose. We have no way into the governor, and then, besides Agatha, he will be the most protected person here. I think we stick with the Silver Rose. If it works, the Silver Rose himself might be able to get us to the governor.
that would
That's
also give
very
us
true.
an ally here in town that is not wanted.
And also, if things go well with the governor, but south with the Silver Rose, and we kill him, he'll probably rethink his alliance to us. Any of these people can easily turn on us.
I mean,
We have to play this smart, or we will lose.
I mean, Morganix has an in with the Rose. I'm just gonna be. I like my chances. I'm not completely pissed drunk, so I can use my charming ways with the governor.
I just think there's no reason not. It can wait a day until we have this conversation with him tonight.
No, I agree. I'm saying if it goes well with the Silver Rose, if he can give us an invite to the governor, then fuck it, we're going in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we were all agreed on that.
Wait. Varnas, hold on, my darling. We agree?
Yeah, don't get used to it.
Oh, you silly goose. You know you like it, really.
Alright. Anything else we need to discuss?
Morganix, I genuinely, I believe in you.
Thank you. Thank you. Do we want to, what is the word? Reconnaissance on the town? I have to deliver this? Does anyone want to go?
I mean, we have a perfect little courier out here, don't we, Sangler?
you're assuming a lot. Again.
I'm assuming you can blend into the shadows. What do you mean? That's a compliment.
You're
I
wanting
can
me to
deliver the
this
letter.
to a creature that I do not like. That I
I
would
can
rather just
deliver it.
destroy.
I will deliver it.
Oh, well, fuck me right for complimenting your abilities.
I will go with you. Again, I don't think it's safe for anybody, disguised or not, to be alone.
Oh, that reminds me, and I will dig the rings of alter self out of my bag and pass them around.
Oh, I forgot about these.
Does anybody want mine? I don't need it. Somebody could have a backup if one is blown.
Wait, what do you mean you don't need it?
I will alter self to make myself look like Varnast.
What?
With mask of many faces. I mean, I don't need it.
Oh, got it.
And I
Oh,
will drop it.
Morganix, you look rather dashing. Oh.
I'm good. Does anybody want the other one? Mine?
I'll hold on to it. Oh,
Joe,
unless Cyrus wants it.
Jalissa can probably make use of it.
Joe, remind me.
Yes.
Are these like a one-use per day thing?
These disguise rings. I'm actually double checking it right now.
Because I honestly can't remember. It's been that
alter
long.
self spell, which might be 8 hours, but I don't remember.
And does it recharge in a long rest, or is it just a one use and it's done?
I think it's 2 uses. I think that's what I said
Yes, I
forever
think
ago.
it was 2 uses. Yeah.
2 uses for 8 hours each.
Okay.
Well, we need to be real careful then.
Yeah, because Cyrus was he even looked just like a rich human with like well-trimmed hair and beard, and then Alex/Morganix were like 2 people from the Western Salamander, very like Nordic women. Al/Varnast was a drow mercenary, and then Sayla was a half-orc.
Well, we need to get these out now and get the letters sent.
Okay. Should we consult with Julissa before leaving?
We should let her know our plan, yes.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So you guys find Jalissa rather easily, as she was just checking up on all of the people who you had healed yesterday, all 9 of them. Just going around making sure they were doing okay, and then those 9 are actually now able to help some of the other people who were injured, as there was really nobody except for Jalissa who could help people. But now, with the help of the other 9, and because of you, Morganix, you and Varnast, people are on their feet, and there's some hope. A little bit. Such a small amount. But you do find Jalissa, and as you begin to approach, she says, "So I saw all of you discussing in the cabin there. I'm assuming then you have a plan?"
We have a plan.
It's good.
Yeah, we have a plan.
Sayla just kind of scoffs a bit. Plan. Air quotations kind of thing.
Well, I know that yesterday you were talking of speaking with the Silver Rose. Do you still intend to go through with that today?
Yes.
I'm assuming you already have something there figured out. And I suppose it's best not to say it too loud, just in case there are ears listening.
Yes.
Well, is there anything I can do for you in order to help make things easier?
I'm kind of looking between Varnast and Alec, because I feel like they would be better suited to answer that. Because I can't think of anything.
Oh, Varnast is glancing at Cyrus.
Alec is looking sheepishly like she is not useful at all in this moment.
We're all just looking at each other.
1, 2, 3, not it.
Yeah,
Those goes. Are there any supplies that you need? Now that I have runners, finally, we can send them out to go get supplies while you worry about other things.
potions, poison, anything that might be useful in a fight.
Has Agatha seized control of the blacksmiths and the armories for her personal use, or is there still stuff to be purchased?
It just depends. For the most part, they haven't been entirely seized, but they do have to work for the Golden Shields before anyone else. So all of the good smiths in town, yes.
Nah, of course they are.
But there are some, and I can send runners out. There might be those who have items that could be a little more useful to you.
Sorry, let me look up something real quick.
Are the markets still doing business? Are there still vendors? Are there still potions to be bought? Supplies? People must still be in some measure of business.
Of course they are. People still sell, but the best and most wanted goes to the Golden Shields first.
Well, what if we were to approach a shop looking like a golden shield?
Does each one of you have an insignia?
No.
I could fake one for myself. That's it. I could possibly minor illusion another one, but it would not hold personal inspection. If they go to touch it, it's over.
As I said, there are certain things you still can get. Some smaller health potions are still possible. If the supplies are procured, there are still many poisons that I know how to create. Which, if that is what you want, I can find those supplies and create those poisons.
I could also assist in that. And I can make potions, it's just a little slow. But I don't have materials.
Varnast would reach into his bag, if you can, and he'll pull out 30 platinum. I'm looking for some better armor. Splint in about my size. Normal cost. Joe, I mean, I'm looking at like the manual and it says like 200. Is that also right for this world?
Typically, yes, but not purchasing something as a golden shield, there is a spike in price. So,
right. So
platinum is appropriate. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, he'll pull out 40.
Oh.
And he'll
Spender.
say, "Well, here's this. If he can pay for it up front, excellent. But I'm also getting him some extra in case he needs to grease some palms to get it into our possession."
Very good. I will send out my best runner. Hopefully, when you return this evening, there will be new splint armor here waiting for you. If, of course, it can be found.
All right, so I'm just docking 40 now, Joe. So if any of it gets used, just let me know what I add or if anything later.
Were we still going to count on the possibility that your men and women that have healed can enlist and maybe make infiltration easier for us if things go sour?
Yes, but that is still the plan. I should send them out today to do it. Typically, the enlisting and training time, because they've been recruiting anyone who can hold the sword, the recruitment and training time is about 3 days.
Varnas, do you still want to do that?
We need every advantage we can get.
I will send 10 of them, and the other 5 I will keep here in case we need anything a little bit more on the stealthy side.
Understood.
Alright, well, unless there is anything else, when all of you return this evening, I will see about how many potions, poisons, and to see if I can find this splint armor.
Thank you.
If I leave you some money, can you try to get alchemical supplies for me?
Yes, there is a individual I believe that I could go to get those.
Okay, I will give her 81 gold.
Yeah.
Just to get me back in the action again.
All right.
Alec will wait for everyone else to walk away before.
Oh, I was going to ask one thing,
Go ahead.
if that's okay. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
I just
No,
want to
you're
do it
fine.
before. Yeah. I don't know if I'd be able to get one here. Perhaps even that bloke in the docks. Jealous, you might have a better idea how much I could get one, or what the likelihood of one is. Where would I get a bag that could store things that I could hide? So I mean a bag of holding. But I don't know if Cyrus would know it's called a bag of holding.
I'm assuming that you mean a magical space that is removed from this plane of existence. Is that what you're trying to ask for?
Of course, darling, I'm a magical man.
Well, yes, you are, Cyrus, but sadly, of course, any type of magical haversack or bag have been possessed by the Golden Shield. So, provided that you are able to free the city of the Golden Shields and Agatha, well, you will have as many bags of holding as your heart could desire.
Shit.
As of
Okay.
right now.
Well, in that case, I need a good lockbox.
Yes, I have one that I keep some of my own valuables in if there's something you need to store there.
You'll just hand her the cloth-bound feather.
And you can see her kind of, as soon as it lands in her hand, she kind of inhales and exhales.
Like I said, a
Can
good
I do an
lockbox.
insight check on that?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Because I know how
That
much that's
seemed a
fucking
little-
worth.
Oh, everything's all different. Normal.
Okay.
New site, same rolls.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, she just seems shocked and a little confused. You're not getting any like, well, I'm gonna steal this later. Like you're not getting any
But
of
she
those
can't
vibes.
see the feather wrapped in the cloth, can she?
No, but whenever it comes into contact with you, you get a
Oh.
feeling.
I guess there's like an innate.
Yeah, because it is a
Magical feeling
very
to it.
magical item, you know.
Gotcha. Okay, it just seemed sus. Sorry.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's just that, yeah. The magic is bleeding through the small tatter of leather that was ripped off of Alex's clothes.
Cool.
Don't
Sorry.
worry. She was in electrical the whole time. It couldn't have been her.
Hey, Among Us.
Electrical's the most sus place.
Ugh.
So, she takes it and she nods, and I will make sure that this is returned to you. And oh, says, well, is there anything else then?
I would like to speak with you alone if possible.
Yes, you can follow me to the lockbox, and we can talk on the way.
No. Jalissa, I'd also like to talk to you later, but it can wait.
Oh, very well. I see I'm quite a popular person this morning.
I'll
And-
just kind of like give a half smile to like Morganix, and then follow Jalissa.
She'll smile back.
So, Alec, you and Delissa start walking towards sort of this back corner of this cistern. She says to you, sort of looking over towards you. So, Alec, what did you wish to talk about?
Have you heard anything from Kagan or Co? I mean, within the last month.
Yes, I have. About a month and a half ago, I heard something. Not as recent as you wished, but I was able to receive a letter from Ko.
Is it rude to ask what it was?
No, you and him were very obviously close, and although I did not spend much time growing up with my people, I do know that there was a shared brotherhood and camaraderie between those who find themselves living in Congiato. He Kagan has grown aggressive in his retaliations against the colonists. In some degrees, although they do terrible things for some of those who are innocent travelers, they were. It was horrible to. Cole was worried that his father might be doing this the wrong way, that he might be not thinking correctly. But I suppose the only other thing he did say was that any of the natives to Collegiato that they found, they assimilate into their group. And at least a month and a half ago, they were 200, 250 strong.
Well, there's good and bad to that, but I find more now than ever unity is important. Um, have you heard from anyone else, or is that it?
Before the explosions, before everything sort of turned to shit, I did get regular communication from Efera. Up until that happened a month and a half ago, everything was going right there, as well as it could be, fighting against an insurmountable force in a city. They were winning, at least as far as any letters or information would tell. The person I was in communication with was Tenrin. He said that between the tactical brilliance of Logan and communication and drafting of amendments and bills of Abigail, they had started to make their way towards something that could, for the better, change that city. The last thing I received from Henry was a celebratory letter saying that within the next week they would be breaking down the gates. They would be storming the keep, killing the governor. They were so confident. I never received anything back. I wrote letters, I sent ravens. When there were still mages working for me, I had them use sending, and there was no response ever. Well, there was one thing.
Which is?
And you see her kind of look to you, and then her eyes shoot back down at the ground.
I mean no disrespect, but I'm tired of everyone being afraid to tell me anything. I would rather just be told the truth at this point, and as bluntly as possible would be nice.
The last magical message I was able to send was 3 weeks ago. That mage has been caught and killed now. I figured that if anybody was able to survive this long, it would be Logan Silverfoot. Abigail was a law woman and a great fighter, as I understand, and Tenrin used to be a guard in the city, but Logan was only the true warrior. So, the last message that they could send, we sent it to him. And 3 weeks ago we got ours. It wasn't long, it wasn't worthy. I didn't get to hear it myself. But and you can
What
see
did it say?
her eyebrows furrowing and her head shaking. Well, it didn't really say anything. The mage, he looked confused and horrified. All he told me he heard was the moans and screams and yells of a madman. One word. After breaking eye contact with you this entire time, she looks you dead in the eyes. All he said, Alec. And then the message cut out.
Okay. Okay. And she's kind of like clenching her jaw for a second, but she doesn't say anything, and she's just gonna turn and walk away.
Alec, as you go to turn, she shouts out at you.
She's just gonna keep walking.
They want you to get angry, Alec. There would be nothing that would make them happier than for you to go out into the streets and kill every last person you see. Don't give them what they want.
She'll like hesitate for a second, but then she'll keep walking until she finds the group again.
Okay. So this area is not big, so everybody in the area could have at least heard that last bit since Jalissa was yelling.
Wonderful.
So you hear that, and Alec makes her way back over. Actually, oh shoot. Accidentally.
How dare you?
All right. So Alec makes her way back. All of you can see. I mean, you've gotten pretty good at detecting when Alec is fairly upset. And so her jaw is clenched.
Why? It happens so infrequently.
I know. She's a closed book, that one.
Yep. So she approaches, and all of you now, unless you plan to say anything about what you overheard.
Morgonix will try to reach out and, like, just put a hand on her shoulder, fully expecting to be rebuffed.
Nah, Alec just walks in and just stands ready. Like, there'll be a slight flinch when you touch her, but she's not gonna say or do anything.
Okay, cool.
Yep. I mean, she's seething on the inside, but She's just gonna stand there like a fucking rock.
Okay. Alrighty. So then, all of you are free to make your way out into the surface if you so choose.
I will first use Mask of Many Faces to disguise myself.
Okay. What's the vibe? What are we looking like today?
Oh, goodness. I guess kind of like... I think I'm gonna copy like an old professor of mine, like a little older, some wrinkles, wild red hair, thick glasses, kind of like layered drab sweaters, clothing.
Okay, the most unsuspecting.
That's a vibe.
It's very unassuming. I like it. I really like it, actually.
I want to be a bugbear that's missing
professor
half
that
of his
she
face
used to
and the other
love,
half is
yeah.
burned, you know? None of that. That's good.
What? Yeah, no. Wild red hair, thick glasses. Not quite full on Professor Trelawney vibe. Way more chill than that. But
Are you saying that you're not going to wear a baseball cap that says "fuck the Golden Shields"?
no.
Okay.
But somebody looking at her would probably assume she's got at least 3 cats.
Okay.
Aw.
Oh, that's good.
The Trelawney description's perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds
At least,
good
at least 3.
to me. So then, with that, all of you are easy enough able to find your way out of the sewers, and we can just say that.
Are we all going? I thought it was just going to be like 2 of us.
Well, I thought it was just going to be 2 of us delivering the letter, but then the rest of us were maybe going to walk around and gather some intel.
Oh, I
explore
thought
the
we were
city.
I thought we were just going to deliver the letter tonight and wait for an invite.
Yeah,
That was my
I
understanding.
kind of think we were trying to lay low since we really don't know how this is going to pan
Yeah,
out.
and I'm apprehensive to use any charges of the ring, and I also don't really want to be
Yeah.
out on the surface
Oh, well
without
then-
using the discharges.
Just Alec and I could go then.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be you 2 for now.
Then, seeing you do that, Morganix, Alec will put her ring on.
Okay, which is good because she's got the 2 different rings. Okay, so let me go ahead and the Alec Silverfoot and
Her full name and her full titles, is that what?
yeah, that's that'd be good. Okay, there we go. Alec and
First
Alec.
of her name.
Alex Silverfoot of Logan Silverfoot, Warden of the North.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go.
That's it.
Man, simpler days the beginning of the campaign was.
Oh, boy.
All right. So,
Sarah's having some issues.
yes, okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, I see that now.
I
Hi.
think I'm still
Oh,
around.
there you are.
I hear you.
I also hear you.
Okay, it seems like it fixed itself. Every time I would try and load a page, it would DNS server error and no internet. And I'm over here like,
Oh.
how do I hear them if there's no internet?
Oh no.
'Cause
Don't you
I
hate
know
when your
everything.
computer tells you conflicting information? I
Yeah,
know I'm
that's very
connected.
sad.
I know I'm connected. Don't lie to me.
Oh, it was rough. Okay. But I got to hear everything, so I didn't miss anything.
Oh, that's
Good.
good.
By the way, quick question. Am I the only one that knew Verdalka it's nighttime for?
Yeah, it's daytime
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
showing as daytime for me.
Oh, it's complete nighttime for me.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
daytime for me.
What the hell?
Ooh, buddy, here. Let me see if that helps. There you go.
Yeah,
Are you getting
daytime.
some-
You have a heart of darkness.
Are you getting daylight now, Varnast?
No, still dark.
Okay, let's transition to darkness.
There we go. Oh wait, what? Oh nope, it's going back to dark again.
Oh, it's dark.
Gonna transition.
Ooh.
I have to wait for it to transition all the way to dark.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's
that's
pretty
a
fun.
vibe.
I like
Dude,
it
I know,
though.
I know, like it looks cool, but I was like, wait, why is
I
it
thought it was
dark for
daytime.
me? Like it's supposed to be like 8 in the morning.
There we go.
It's a good look.
Is it working now? Are you at daylight now?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, yes, it
Okay.
just transferred over.
Okay, cool. I was like,
I was also gonna say it's not the biggest deal because Varnas is just staying in the hidey hole, but at the same time, I was like, well, this is kind of annoying.
oh,
Sorry, continue.
That's okay. So then, Morganix, Alec, the 2 of you make your way towards the exit of the cistern and make your way up to above the surface. At first, it is a little blinding because you entered at nighttime and then you stayed there up until the morning. So as you begin to climb out of the well, the light is fairly blinding on your eyes, but you do start to hear the sounds of a city all around you as you begin to make your way through the area. So just climbing out, you can hear the sound of people chattering in areas near you, but you're so dense into this sort of cherry blossom tree grove here within the chateau where there's not too much to worry about. So, right here, luckily you're not very far away from the Silver Rose, but I just want to know generally what your idea is. Are you just trying to look as unsuspecting as possible?
Yeah, because like I'm pretty sure if I remember right, my ring of disguise was like one of those big Nordic women. So I guess I just default assume Morganic's bodyguard-esque escort type. No, not escort. That's the wrong word. Bodyguard type thing. So Alec will just follow behind Morganix and just kind of take her lead. She's still a little shook.
Yeah, I think Morganix will act just a little bit ditzy and touristy and kind of oblivious and above it all. And like, yeah, act like she belongs there, but not so concerned about what's going on around her.
Okay. So just you guys have the disguises, and this is just for. I'm gonna have each one of you guys roll a deception check with advantage right now, just as a baseline. Okay, just to see.
I regret everything I just told you. Okay.
Okay.
This is a baseline, just to see,
With advantage, you said?
With advantage, yeah, because you guys have some pretty good disguises.
Is there like an advantage toggle on here, or?
Yeah, it should ask you when you click the.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, so we are rolling with advantage?
Yeah, with advantage, yep. Okay, so that is a 20 for Alec. And a 20 for Morganix. Okay. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and you guys make your way up, and I can go ahead and move you to where about you get to. All right, you start moving that way until eventually you get to the road.
Move.
Classic pair. Okay. And then Alec, you are trailing behind Morganix. That's what you said. So
Correct.
The two of you start to make your way down the road, and about at.
And
Doglin.
Yep. And Doglin's
Doglin's gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
I know, we were just joking because we heard.
I was memeing.
Yeah, we heard the dog. No, we for sure left Doglin.
Okay, I was like,
Doglin screams, "Hey, I'm a native, and this is my animal companion."
I was like,
so...
why would you do this?
No.
Okay. Oh my god.
So, with that, as the two of you are making your way towards the building, you do eventually come across there is a guard patrol going on the same road that...
I will smile and wave at them and kind of like half curtsy.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So, as you are making your way...
Meanwhile, Morganix's heart is going...
Oh my god, it was extra funny because it was so deep fried.
Yeah, that was cursed.
It's okay. Okay, so as you're
so
making your way
good.
through, you guys are walking down the street, and you can see that the patrol of about 6 soldiers in what looks to be like half plate with shields and swords, and a oh yeah, this is only for Alec and Morganix, because they're the only people who are here. And then you can see in the middle, at the very back, seems to be some type of mage in robes with a staff off to his side. So the way that you two are walking, it seems as though you're going to be in like a direct collision course with them as they're marching towards you.
I will stand aside and do that curtsy thing that I mentioned.
Oh, you do? Get out of the way just in time for...
Yeah, sorry. My like, oh, there it is. Never mind.
So easy enough. They continue on their way. And the mage, looking at you, Morganix, he smiles and gives you a nod. And he, have a wonderful rest of your day. Smiles.
Oh, you as well, sir.
Continues up the rest of the way. But it seems as though they make their way past you. not noticing you really at all or paying any extra attention.
So were these like golden shield type guards patrolling, or
Mhm.
just?
Yep.
Oh,
You could tell each one of them, they had a cloak that was draping down their back, and the clasp for that cloak was would look to be like a solid gold clasp that was had emblazoned a shield on it with 3 stars above it.
got it.
But they pass you, and the 2 of you are very easily able to move up past them, eventually
Nice.
getting to where you were told the chateau or the silver. So you get to the chateau, you begin to approach, and then what's your plan here?
I'm going to go right up to the door, boldly as I please, and holding the letter in one hand to my chest, knock on the door.
Okay. So you knock on the door,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a voice that comes from the inside, slow and more resonant, and it says, "One moment." Eventually, a few moments pass, not just one, but a few. And then, opening the door, you see this individual, clad in all black with silver trim all along it, and instead of a cloak draping down his side and back, clasped onto his shoulder with one silver rose.
Oh my god, the guy himself answers, not like a servant.
Didn't expect that.
Nope.
Yeah,
Abort.
same.
Abort.
And
Good
you
luck.
can see him
Shit.
look at the 2 of you and smile. "Hello, might I help you in this fine morning?"
I will hold the letter forward with both hands. My mistress sends correspondence of a business proposal for the Silver Rose.
He
Alec will just nod.
looks to the both of you, and he opens it right in front of you.
Oh,
Oh dear.
It was nice knowing you guys.
Oh my goodness.
Do you guys have backup cards?
Yeah, my artificer is gonna be so baller.
Can't
And
wait.
He looks down at the sheet, and then he looks back up at the 2 of you, and you can see his brows furrow a little bit. He folds the paper up. You can see him tuck it into his cloak, and smile returns.
May I roll an insight check?
Make an insight check.
I will do the same.
Make an insight check.
If that's okay. Sorry.
I will also. No, I'm just kidding. Oh god, I thought that was a 1 for a second. I thought that was a 1. Oh
wrong.
shit.
It was
Wow,
gonna be
Alec
so
knows
bad.
it. Morganax knows what she's looking for much more than freaking Alec does.
Morganax, you are leaning just very, very close to, you don't know, because there was 2 emotions that hit his face very subtly at about the same time. There was one emotion of joy and elation where you could see one eyebrow just twitch and almost shoot up, and then there was the tightness of his lips as they kind of pursed back as distrust sort of flashing at the same time, not knowing whether to trust or whether to be happy. So he folds the note, he tucks it back into his cloak, and the
I
smile
will
returns to his face.
giggle nervously and give a sort of little bow of the head and turn and walk away and like signal for Alec to come with me.
One moment,
I will
please.
follow.
One moment, please.
I freeze. Yes, sir?
Who is your mistress, might I? I would very much like to know.
She has not given me permission to give you her name.
Oh no!
She travels under the name of Galadria.
Well, inform your mistress I would be more than happy to meet with her this evening. I hope that she likes gardening, as I will be there this cannot afford to change my plans. So please, have her come to the chateau and approach just the same as you did, and there will be someone there to escort her to my
Yes, sir, I
mistress.
will, sir.
Say, and true. Well, I look forward to meeting this Galadriel.
I shall inform her, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And you can see his eyes just sort of narrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh god, he sees through me. Oh god.
And takes a step back, and he shuts the door.
I will hurry
Alec?
away.
Yeah, Alec will be right on Morgonic's heels to walk away from this.
Okay. So the two of you make your way down and just away, back there, no.
Way.
And making your way back to the well.
Yep.
Alrighty. So you make your way back.
The
to the well.
second we're underground, I'm just gonna crouch down and start breathing heavily. Oh god.
Okay.
Well, it could have went worse.
Oh god. I think we're blown. I think he saw through me. I don't know.
Alec will do the same pat that she gave her earlier.
Morgonix is just gonna put her head between her knees and just breathe for a while.
I think Panicky Morganix might be my favorite side character in this campaign.
So, with that, you two, or you three who are still remaining here, see them make their way down only after maybe about 45 minutes of just walking there and then hurrying back. In the brief interaction, they make their way back down, and you can see Morganix do exactly that in that moment.
Roll for panic attack.
It went well, I trust.
I just hold up the thumbs up and don't even look at him. Don't even lift my head from between my knees.
I assume I don't need to roll insight on that.
Nope.
I think that it went well, but Morganix is worried that he may have seen through it. He did not respond negatively.
But you met him?
Wait,
He
the guy
answered the
himself?
door.
Did
Between
the
my
fucking
knees.
servants?
No, he just answered it.
Did you make sure you weren't followed?
Did we make sure we weren't followed, Joe?
No, you did not.
Oh, well, we did not.
Morgonix just keeps dry heaving between her legs.
Sayla's just pinching the bridge of her nose, God damn it.
We were disguised, and his reaction was not negative. I think Morgonix is just nervous, and I think it may go better than we expect.
Well, like I said, I stand my original assessment. I believe in you.
As he's saying this, Morgonix is literally breathing in and out of her bag.
You'll find I find it a little hard to be super
She doesn't
optimistic
inspire
at this point.
confidence.
Yeah.
Well, Morgonix, you're going to have to face him at some point.
That's fine. That's fine. Should have thought that through. Didn't have a name. He asked for a name.
You gave him a name. It was a very hard to pronounce name, but you gave him one.
Thumbs up again, but
Oh, darling, you don't have a fake personalities on the go. I've got several. I can't wait. This is going to be a magical day.
You and
Okay.
I are going to sit down later and do a lot of fighting. Deep breath.
I am going to guard the entrance and make sure nobody fucking followed you. She just walks away angry.
I am a librarian.
Okay.
Morganix,
I did that a long time ago.
you did well. Things happen that we do not always expect. But again, you are alive, and we are well, and he accepted the invitation, and that is all that matters.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, at least you didn't kill him. There's that.
No. No. Okay. I'm good.
Now we just wait.
Go relax and rest. Tonight is more important.
Okay.
The doubt meme.
The chat is giving me life right now.
Okay. So,
Oh, that was a curveball.
Sailor.
Neither LS nor Morganix was prepared for that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. That was great.
So,
Who answers their own door?
How dare?
What kind of rich person is he? Sorry, go on.
no, it's okay. So, Sayla, as you climb up, I'd like you to make a perception check for me, just to see if you happen to see anybody who may have followed Alec and Morganix.
Okay.
Wait, what?
That was the eyeball,
What?
yes.
Sayla's making a perception check.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Followed you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Did I cut out, or am I still a little quiet?
Yeah. It,
For like
it
a
was
second.
a little choppy for me.
Okay,
so
my
I-
bad. My bad. Here, I'll turn up my gain just a little bit, so that way I have a little bit more volume. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Sayla's too angry at me to notice much.
There's a lot on her mind.
yeah, Sayla, you spend most of that time scowling. And you do peek up for maybe 5 minutes or so, but you do hear some of the sounds of the city. The light is a little bright, and it's messing with your vision quite a bit. But you look around, and at least in the 5 minutes you looked, you didn't see anybody making their way towards the well.
That doesn't mean someone's not watching. She's sad. She's angry. She's miserable right now. She was
I
okay
feel
until
you.
they mentioned what this thing was, and now she's just not okay with anything.
Whew.
I mean, I'd be more concerned if you said like Sailor was happy, excited, confident.
Ouch.
Yeah, that would be very scary.
Eager.
There are
if you-
moments where she is. You guys,
I mean, the moment
Still
you say
never
that
let
Cyrus
her
is
have
getting
it.
on a ship and he's leaving, that's freaky.
All right.
So, you then all sit and wait. Eventually, after maybe 6 or 7 hours, the sun begins to fall, and sunset begins.
I cast regret.
I did it for you earlier.
Cast it again. I have more spell slots for this.
Alrighty. So you can.
Joe, just a reminder,
Yeah.
Varnes did want to talk to Jalissa, but that can be
Oh, that's okay.
whatever.
No, yeah, we can do that right
Just a
now.
reminder.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, if you guys don't have anything else to do before you leave, to head up
Right.
to the Silver Rose, then yeah. So you make your way towards. Oh yes, right after this conversation with Jalissa, we will.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So you begin to approach Delissa, and you can see that there are 2 or 3 other people that she's now talking over the table with, making plans. And as you approach Varnash, she does say, "Oh, Varnast, And Varnast, what I'd like you to do right now is you're going to roll a D100 for me. And if it is 51 or higher, they had it. And if it's 50 or below, they did not.
Okay.
That way it's your fault if you don't get your armor that you want.
You always do this to me. You make me roll it for my own negative results. I hate it.
Oh, shit. Wait, did anybody remember what I said? 51 or
No.
higher? They didn't have it?
Yeah, they said it was 51 or higher. They had it.
Okay, so...
Oh, yes!
With that, Varnast, as she approaches, she says, "Oh, Varnast, I have good news. One of my scouts, they were able to go, one of my runners, they were able to head out. They found a blacksmith, and they recognized them. And they knew that since they were okay, that meant that things may be turning around. And so, not only was they willing to sell that armor you were looking for, the splint mail, correct?
Yes.
They were also willing to give it at a discount. If it meant undercutting the golden shields, then, well, it meant helping someone who was going to stop them. So, here is your splint map," and she kind of sets some of the pieces up on the table there, and then says the other ones are near your the bedroll you stepped on. And then also for your money, and she hands you back 20 platinum pieces.
Okay, I'm gonna add that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. All right, well this is good news. Finally.
And I don't know if you will see mechanics. She looked fairly anxious, so I did not want to bother her.
Yeah.
But I was able to find, and then Morganix, I'd like you to roll a D100 for me. And so here, wait, before you roll that, if it is 76 or above, 80 gold worth of high quality, 51, 75, medium, and then 26 to 50 low quality, and anything below that, no materials.
So we want to roll high.
Roll high.
Roll high.
No
Big
whammies.
money.
No whammies.
Big money, no whammies.
Oh. No wait.
Yeah.
I felt like breaking the news to her would have broken her heart, so more so.
Sorry,
than,
that was Ryan, not Barnast.
more so than authority
Yeah.
seems she's fairly tore up. So break it to her lightly, but well, my contact on the outside, who typically I would get alchemical supplies from for poisons and such, an adorable gnomish man. He well, I was not able to contact him at all. So
I understand.
Do
hopefully
I at least get my gold back?
you at least get your gold back. So please give this back to her. This is her 81 gold, and maybe when the golden shields are no longer a problem, she could use it then.
Yes, of course. I'll make sure she gets it, and I'll try to break the news as well as I can.
Thank you very much. In terms of good news for the group of you, I was able to find 5 of these, and she sets down 5 greater healing potions, so 44 plus 4. And then I was also able to find 2 of these, and sets them down. These are not the best poisons I could find, but they are the only one. They are fairly potent immediately. As soon as they enter the bloodstream and make contact with skin, they do quite a bit of damage. So, I'm just going to go ahead and, for you, Sarah, since I'm assuming Varnast isn't going to keep these.
Nope.
So, what you can do is, I'm just trying to think of the best way to get this in your inventory. Oh, here we go. You can actually add add a consumable. So I'll add this for you real quick. Edit it. So.
New system, who dis?
Right.
Poison. So this poison potion. Poison. Oh, it's even its own It's even its own type. So for one bonus action, you can apply it to any weapon that you currently have in your possession. And there's only one use per poison, but the next attack will deal an extra 3d6 poison damage.
Nice. Sweet. That plus her poison blade would be interesting.
Uh-huh.
I can stack that, can't I?
Yeah, you could. Mm-hmm.
Yo, dog, I heard you like poison, so he's put some more poison.
I call it Taco Bell.
Oh.
3d6.
Oh shit.
Cool, what? Poison. Okay. Head ant. This bad boy here real quick.
Give him the old fire-bean burrito.
Gosh. Oy vey. Okay. And you have 2 poisons. So whenever you apply one of those, it takes a bonus action, and you just got to remember to take one away. Alrighty. And that means everybody can have 1 44 plus 4 healing potion.
Nice.
Wait, wasn't there only 4?
No, there's
I
5.
thought he said 5.
Mhm. Yeah, there's one for
5.
everybody.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I thought it was 5.
Okay, if I said 4, I
My bad.
apologize.
No, my bad. I misheard. I trust all of you.
Yeah, Ryan, why are you fighting this so hard?
Fuck's sake, Ryan.
Okay, so with that, you have your items. And unless there's anything else anybody else needs to do, you make your way.
Yeah, I needed to talk to Jalissa.
Oh, I thought you went to go talk to Jalissa about this thing. Okay, my bad.
No, remember right before she left, he was like, by the way, I want to talk to you, but it can be later. He actually
okay.
wanted to talk to her about something.
Gotcha.
But I think we should have a break first, because I don't know how long that conversation will be.
Okay. All righty.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So what we'll do then is we will go ahead and take a break. And how do you add a potion to your sheet? I can do it during the break. So we'll go ahead and take a break right now. Then when we come back, we'll have the conversation with Jalissa, and then we'll go to the whatever this gardening party is going to be at the Silver Rose's house.
Sweet Jesus.
But we will have to see that when we get back. So thank you for tuning in so far. If you enjoyed, leave a follow. Love that there's been some talking in the chat. That's great because it entertains me and also entertains the players when you criticize their actions. I think it's really funny. So thank you so much for watching so far, and we're going to go ahead and go on a break, and we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. BRB. We are back. I don't know. I got some weird energy right now. Okay, so welcome back. Also, Amoeba, what you missed is their plan to, their plan to deliver a letter to the Silver Rose, this person in town who's in charge of all of the big businesses. The person who all other bigger business people go through in order to know if they're making the right choices and if they're taking the right steps. They decided to, after discovering that he was quite possibly an angel who had fell from grace due to Morganix's patron, after discovering that, Morganix had the idea of drafting up a letter that says, let's... Oh, look at that fucking thing in there. That's amazing. Angelically living like Larry. Oh, God, that's awesome. Okay, so decided to draft up a letter. And that letter said, do you want to go home? And then meet me by the lily, by the fountain at sunset. Well, that was a great plan. But the person who answered the door was not a servant of the Silver Rose. It was the Silver Rose himself. Answered his own door and saw the disguised version of Morganix, took the letter from her, and then read it in front of her. And said, tell your mistress to meet me here at sunset. I hope she likes gardening. And narrowed his eyes at her, not Alec, but just Morganix. And then stepped back and shut the door. The two of them made their way back to the Thieves Guild hideout. And, well, they awaited the sunset to head towards their home. But before we get there, what we have to do first is Varnast wanted to have a conversation with Jalissa, the head of this now almost in shatters Thieves Guild. She had just delivered him some splint armor that he had paid for, and bad news about not being able to find supplies, along with some healing potions and some poison for Selah. So, with that, Jalissa, standing near the table, a few other people in the room with her, she says, so, Varnast, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Yes, I was hoping we might have a word in private, though.
Yes. You are free to leave. And the two nod and they head out. And it's just you two alone in this shack. So, what did you wish to talk about?
Yesterday, you spoke about a group of natives that used their own blood in exchange for power. Specifically, you spoke about a face in the mountain, I believe you called it.
Yes, I do remember that.
What else can you tell me about this face?
There is not much, in all honesty. I was taken away from there at a very early age, and I was never able to learn much of my lineage and the history of my people. Most of that was stolen from me. There are some stories that I remember when I was very young about how the spirit of Shalia would protect us. The man of the mountain. That if anyone ever tried to hurt us or steal from us, the mountain would come to life and throw them away. But I am living proof that that is nothing more than a story that they told children to not make them worry. That's not Alex.
Do I believe this? Do I feel like she's holding anything back on this on this topic?
Okay, make an insight check.
Ah?
Okay. She is holding something back. She's not lying about anything she said so far, but she is holding something back.
What else do you know?
Honest, I know that you may be trying to learn something that you think may help, but I can promise you that the only thing down that path is pain and heartache and death.
What aren't you telling me, Jalissa?
Kind of looks out the door, make sure none of the other party members are there. Several years ago, before I was ever talking to any of them, before any of them were even here aside from Alec, but I had no idea that she even existed. I returned home. I tried to go back to the Bloody Mesa to find my people, to find my home, and I found it. I found what I suppose might have been my mother and father. They were monsters. Fur covering their body, like hyenas. It was still them. I don't know how, but I knew it was them. It is the reason I was so mad at Bunkin. Him and I had a long history. Much longer than I've had with anyone. He told me one thing, and then when I went to go investigate it myself, it was different. I don't have any substantial evidence for this. But it seems as though, in some cases, those who use that blood magic, they awaken something feral inside themselves, a lust for blood. There are a few who can control it. And I tell you right now that unless you are very confident in yourself, I beg you to not go down that path. Do you truly feel this is necessary, not for yourself, but to protect those you care about?
You've given me much to think about.
Because Varnest, if you do think it is necessary, you do not have to stumble in the dark. I will. I could help you. I could help you find a way to use your blood in a way that would prevent that process from ever happening to you.
How would you know this?
When I returned home, I found my parents, or whatever was left of them. I wasn't content. I wasn't ready to return to my life here. I had committed to looking like them and dressing like them and embracing their culture. These people who all they wanted to do was steal and rob and take from people like me, people like Alec. So I traveled all around the Bloody Mesa looking for others like me. And eventually I found a small group, maybe 45, 50 people. In the farthest northern regions of the Bloody Mesa. They live deep in the mountain near pools of lava, embracing the fires of Kossuth in all its great majesty. And it was also in those mountainous caverns and near those pools of lava where I learned how to use those abilities, but not to enhance my blades, or to bend the blood of others. I learned how to use it to keep myself hidden, and how to subtly influence others to my will. It was not by good luck that I landed the head of the Thieves Guild as a native in Noverdalka. There were a lot of colonist men I had to kill to get here. So, while the skills that you wish to possess and the ones I possess are not the same, I can show you how to use it so you do not get yourself killed, or even worse, turn into a gnoll.
Varnas lifts up his hand and kind of holds it out for a handshake, and as he looks at her, he just says, Agatha needs to die.
She returns it, clasping around your forearm. Says, yes, that bitch needs to die.
I have to go, but we will speak more of this, I trust.
So we will. Best of luck to you, Varnas.
He gives her a nod, and he will head out.
Okay. So, there we go. You head back to the party, Varnast, and eventually all of you regather. So, just so I'm clear, are all 5 of you heading to the chateau and then heading to the garden, or is it just Morganix and Alec?
It's Morganix and Varnas are actually going to approach, but the 3 of you are going to stick around nearby in case things go wrong, right? That was the plan?
Yeah, so...
Oh, I didn't think Varnast was going in.
Should
Yeah.
it be
Cool.
okay?
No,
So-
what were you going to say, Kayla?
Said,
No. I was just gonna say maybe it should have been Alec, just because she was there when the was delivered, but it could just be played that was for that person's protection. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe Varnas is here just to protect real you. Because I
The other
assume you're. Are
person?
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
assume
using
you're not.
the same one, no.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All good. All good.
So, Cyrus was gonna like literally walk around this area, and like he would walk basically throughout like here, 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 and even probably through these guys as if he's just been walking free reign
Yeah,
in
Alec
his
will
disguised
follow.
self.
Typical bodyguard fashion.
Okay. So
That's all she's good for.
that means, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use your tokens to sort of denote where you're going to be at right there. And that means Varnast would be with Morganix at the chateau.
Oops, there we go. Sorry, I'm not trying to be all up on him.
Are you sure? Is that where all the problems come from?
Well,
Nah.
actually,
Sorry.
these hexes are each 60 feet. So that is something to keep in mind.
Oh god.
So just so you know.
Cool. So excited for my artificer.
Right.
It'll be fine.
Set him to disappeared. There. Well, since you guys are entering now. At sundown, is there anything else?
Yeah, when we're about like 10, 15 minutes away from the chateau, Varnast is going to pat Morganix's shoulder and he's going to cast Enhance Ability.
Oh, what does that give me?
It's going to give you advantage on all charisma checks. For
Oh,
the
sweet Jesus, yes.
next hour.
Okay.
Did it not go through? I clicked it.
Oh.
I mean, I clicked Enhance Ability, but it didn't like pop up or anything. We'll worry about that later. But yeah, so yeah, the target has advantage on charisma checks.
Cool.
Oh, it probably just needed to do that. Oh, it's because you don't... Okay, here, sorry. Varnest is going to take a long rest because I don't think you ever did that before. Because you didn't have any second level spell slots.
Oh, I didn't? I clicked long rest.
Oh, maybe. Just being funky.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It says you're out of 4. Yeah, that's weird.
So there we go. All right, there's... So you have... Oh. You have Eagle's Splendor. Oh, caw. Right.
Yes.
Very cool.
All right, there we go. Cool. BS.
What? Thank you.
Thumbs up.
And she will, like, look over you and say thank you. When she used Disguise Self this time, she was kind of combining what she knew of Diva, Planetar, and, like, the classical artistic rendition of angels, but still going human. So, like, tanner skin, golden blonde hair, golden eyes, and really well dressed in, like, white with little gold accents and light blue accents, and probably, like, a gold breastplate or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I get you there.
You do not have the sword out, right?
Oh, God, no.
Just making sure, because I was like, that's a bad idea if you have it out. Just making sure we're on the same page here.
Absolutely not.
And I think we're ready.
Okay. Few things that edit here.
Just a drow and an angel walking down the street. Don't mind us.
Hey.
I almost made an ebony and ivory joke, but I didn't know if that would be cool.
Oh, I giggled. Nelfian would appreciate that joke.
All right, I'm just gonna go around and edit all these little things here.
Oh, did we lose Sarah?
Yeah, we did.
She said she's
Oh.
resetting
She
her
reset her
router.
modem,
Oh, okay.
so hopefully she'll be back soon.
Yeah, it's okay. It's gonna take me a second to edit these guys here real quick. You guys are coming at evening.
It's okay. Just build the tension. Build the tension. It's not huge already.
Are the streets more heavily patrolled in the evening, or is this kind of like the same, you know?
In the evening, this area in particular is a little bit more well guarded, just because the wealthy live here. So I'd probably say every probably half an hour there's a patrol that walks through here.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I mean, people are allowed to be on the street. It's not like, you know, the city's on
there's
lockdown.
There's a
yeah.
tavern like right here, so you know.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. LS, good luck.
I believe in you.
Oh, I'm glad somebody does, because I don't.
I didn't believe in you.
I felt so much better about this plan yesterday.
Did you?
Welcome back.
I did.
All right.
Okay, there we go. That is perfect. Ah, yes. Okay, and then I just need to delete a couple tokens because it is only Morganix and Varnast.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, we don't
go wrong.
See what's inside. Dang.
So you'll get to hear. So.
Wait, what does that mean?
We won't be able to see the page.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll
Oh,
That's
just
okay.
describe the scene in impeccable detail.
Exactly. Or
well,
they can-
there's a stream.
Yeah, they can just look.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
you can
yeah,
at least
you
know what
already
the
know
map
that.
looks like. It only matters.
No,
that
no,
they
it's
can
okay.
control
They
their
don't.
dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
What lovely 30 bodyguards you have.
Okay, so as the two of you make your way up to the door, and you can see that there are lights inside the manor. Which one of you is knocking?
I'll knock.
Yeah.
Okay. So Varnast, you knock.
Yep.
And there's a low, resonant, slow voice that says, "I'll be there in 1 moment." And
Can I take a moment to look around and just see if there's, like, eyes on us at this point?
yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Go! Alright, never mind. It's dark.
It's so dark.
This would be the check I fail on. Of course it is. Joe's like adding 10 more guards because of the nat 1.
From a low perception check.
Fair. Yeah, fair. Valid.
Okay. So, knock on the door. And Varnast, you look around, you don't see anything. It's a little dark. You're only getting the bleeding of light from the windows, and then from the lantern that is outside of the gate, and then some from the fountain. But you don't really see anything too much in this current area.
Mm-hmm.
So, knock on the door, and then eventually, after a few moments, the door opens, and you can see, not in as nice of garb as before, you can see in a rough spun linen shirt, and some leather pants with some about calf-high boots, and thicker leather gloves on. The door opens, and it is the Silver Rose. So, good, everybody. There you go. So, he looks and smiles, this wonderful gleaming smile, and says, "You must be the Lady Galadria."
I'm sorry, you're cutting out really bad for me.
You must be the Lady Galadria, correct?
Correct.
Well, please, as I told your servant earlier, I apologize, but, well, the grove needs tending, and I am but a servant to it. So if it's all right, I'd love to discuss whatever you'd like. over, well, Walleye Garden, if that's all right with you. If you'd like tea and small cucumber sandwiches, I can accommodate that as well.
I'm perfectly happy to join you. Is there a place for my bodyguard?
And the Silver Hand looks to you, Varnast. He smiles. If it makes you feel more comfortable, you may feel free to have him accompany you, or there is a dining quarter that he can stay in, and if he's feeling peckish, he could eat. But it's entirely up to you.
Do I get the sense that what I was fearing earlier is true? Do I get the sense that he's seeing through Mask of Many Faces?
Make an insight check. This isn't an easy thing to determine, but...
Oh, great. Well, I equipped the Radiant dice special for this,
Ooh.
so
Yeah,
I think
girl.
I should have advantage.
Ooh.
Cool.
That's what you get for
Yeah.
asking for advantage.
Yeah, great.
So, you don't know. He seems just happy to be in your company.
He may wait in the dining room.
Very well. I'll have to show you there myself, if that's all right. Please, come in.
Certainly.
Follow me. You enter into a largely undecorated home. There's not very many things in here. The areas are decorated supremely in terms of the molding, like the crown molding, and the floors and the walls and the ceilings and the chandeliers that hang from them, but that was nothing of his design. You can tell there's no furniture, really. He looks and he gestures his arm down a long hallway that leads to a fireplace, and you can see a dining table there, with some small trays of meats and cheese and fruit and a few tankards of wine. And he says, if you would like, that way is to the dining hall. Feel free to eat as much as you wish. They prepare too much food for me anyway.
So he does have servants.
He'll just give a nod. He'll turn and give a quick bow to Morgonix and then walk off to the dining room.
Please, Lady Galadriel, follow me.
Does he turn away at any point?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Do I see anyone else?
Make a perception check.
Hey.
Not inside the mansion itself. It's just you and him and Varnast. And Varnast, as you do get to the food, it's not that fresh. I mean, maybe it was prepared this morning. But it's really just been sitting out. So some of the things aren't as fresh as they used to be. But you can see that it's fairly picked over. Or, that's not the right word, but it's not very picked over, there we go. Where it seems like there was almost like a squirrel eating, where there's just a few things that have small bites taken out of them, but it seems like it's been largely untouched.
Gotcha.
If I feel I can safely do so without being seen, I will cast invisibility on Varnast. I feel great about that decision now.
This now.
Oh, I already said it. I regret everything already.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay.
But only if I feel like I can do so safely.
I'd say, timing it right, I'd allow you to make a sleight of hand check.
A what check?
A sleight of hand check. Because you're still trying to do something covertly.
Oh my god, my dex is terrible. Nope, never mind. Can I take it back?
You can, yeah. you would be able to tell that the odds wouldn't exactly be in your favor. But you know, it still would have. There was a chance. You know, you could certainly try. Okay.
Oh, not with my dice rolls.
So, you make your way, and you follow him until eventually you make your way out of the back end of the chateau, out of the mansion, and you are in what looks to be some type of, maybe the, some type of a very large garden. And you can see, straight. You can see maybe 10 to 15 to, in maybe even like 20 different small gardens with different things growing out of them. So let me pull you here, pull everybody here. So as you step out, you can see that this area has a litany of different golden shields guards. Who are posted at different corners, walking around, patrolling. And he... So, by the way, Morganix, you are the camera person here. So wherever you move on screen, the camera's just gonna, on the recorder, it's just gonna follow where you're walking.
Okay.
So, you can see him.
Well, I'm following him.
You can see him begin to walk. And walking slowly, the guards sort of look off towards you and then look back forward, and as he's walking, he says, "You know, I wish they wouldn't send so many here, but she is quite persistent on the guards that I am supposed to have."
I assume you speak of Lady Agatha.
Correct. She is, well, persistent, to say the least.
Her reputation certainly precedes her.
Gives out a small exhale through his nose, and he begins to kneel down.
I kind of... Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. What were you going to say?
I kind of, like, half smile conspiratorial. Is she as bad as they say?
Well, I guess most things are subjective, aren't they? And then he looks away from you, looks towards the guard, maybe 15 feet, 10 feet away from you. He says, "Good sir, would you mind giving me your torch for the moment? It's rather dark outside this evening, and I'd prefer to work in the light. And I'm thinking our conversation needs some privacy." And the guard moves over towards him, hands him the torch. So handing it off. There we go. Handing it off. Eventually that guard makes his way away. Okay, so then it is just the two of you. He takes a few more steps. He's right up against the edge here. The edge of this one garden. And he gets down onto his knees and he just begins tilling the earth, and this entire time working with the plants as the two of you are talking.
Just for kicks and grins, as an alchemist, do I recognize anything dangerous or poisonous?
Make a nature check.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
It's not a high DC. But still, there's a lot going through your mind right now. Okay, 13's good enough. You can tell that this is a type of highly potent king's foil, which is typically used in healing medicines.
Fabulous. Cool.
So, your letter, quite interesting. Not many people would claim to know where I'm from. Many know very little about me. But apparently you speak that language.
In Celestial, I will say, I have bits and pieces of your story. And I have the beginning, I have a hint at the ending, and I'm hoping you can fill in some of the bits in between.
And what makes you think that I would do that?
Do I not have your curiosity?
Tell me what you know. He looked up at you for a split second, and then is now looking back down on the ground.
I have heard that you fell. And that you regret it. I also know someone who went down a similar path. And I hope to help him. And perhaps you as well. A common enemy. What I don't know is how you ended up here.
He looks to you and smiles. He says, "That's quite an interesting story. Tell me, I have heard many of the theories about me, but I have yet to hear that one. I always like to know where these strange origin stories come from. Which merchant, or king, or queen did you hear that from?"
That's a very leading question. It makes me wonder if you know the answer already.
He stands. Then if you think I know the answer, why do you keep hiding it?
You're not exactly being forthcoming either. Thought we might share a bit. Answers for answers.
Why would I give answers to an enemy? You don't think I can smell it on you, her mark?
Because I want to be rid of it and her forever.
Make
Is
a persuasion
vengeance
check.
no temptation to you?
Make a persuasion check.
Advantage!
Advantage, because of Arnast.
I'm there in spirit, sort of. I'm eating corn.
I should have brought you with me.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
What
Oh my god.
the fuck is happening?
Yeah, that's
How the
bullshit, Joe.
how the fuck
That's
does that
bullshit.
happen?
That's
do you-
bullshit.
Do you still have inspiration?
You do,
Yeah,
you do,
use your
you
Christmas
do.
inspiration.
Use your Christmas
Use your
inspiration.
Christmas
You need to
inspiration.
use that inspiration. Oh my god.
I want to use the inspiration.
That's bullshit.
Do I need this mechanic? Is this possible?
You just roll the one. You just roll the one. You just roll the one. It gives you a reroll. It's like a point of luck.
I can't read out both of them.
No, you can't reroll both of them. Just a normal roll.
Are you fucking kidding me? Joe, no. Throw it out. Throw it out. I call a fucking foul. I fucking call a foul. Bullshit.
So,
Yes, we're gonna attack
LS?
the Burning Cove.
LS, what's your artificer's name?
The
I'm thinking Sierra.
Cool. Okay.
She's gonna be hot.
This is gonna
Throw
be a
the
great
whole
cliffhanger.
fucking game away.
Holy shit. Okay. All right.
What are the odds? What are the odds of that?
Crazy.
20
Ridiculous.
times 20 times 20.
I'm actually going to calculate them.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna change my dice. Not that it
I'm
matters.
so
It's already too
curious.
late. That was a great use of my Christmas present.
Oh, Lord have mercy. What the hell was that?
1 in 8,000 chance. 1 in 8,000 chance that would happen.
That checks out. Yeah, that sounds about right, yo.
Wow.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
All right.
All right,
got
let's
it.
give the poison dice a try.
The dice tell the best story. All right.
Uh-huh.
Do they?
though.
Sure, Jan.
So I gotta go with the dice here. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he looks at you and stares deep into your eyes after your plea.
I don't flinch away from it. I stare back.
I don't know why he sent you to me. I don't know if it was some attempt at a threat or putting salt in a wound, but she has done enough damage to me. I will not do whatever she wants. And you, I still have some sense of my divinity.
She is no friend to me. I need your help. I want to be rid of her. She is growing in power, and I have to make it right.
Guards! Guards! To me immediately. You have until they get here to give me one good reason why I shouldn't have them flog you right now.
Because you're on the wrong side. I am the best shot you are ever going to have of going home. Of getting revenge. Whatever it is you want. And I will tell you everything and lay my cards out. You have all the power here. I have none. Do you really think I would come in here?
Make a persuasion
With
check.
nothing?
Make a persuasion check. One more.
You still have advantage.
Still have advantage. If it's two, no.
No.
Oh god.
Holy shit. I only saw the two and I was about to shit my pants. Okay.
Same.
Holy fuck.
Man, this desk would have gone out the window so fast.
So you
Get
can
rid of the
see
whole
at
computer.
about that point, there are 3 guards that come right there. Ready, weapons drawn, ready to like tackle you in the ground, throw shackles on you. But he throws up his hand and he says, I'm sorry to have called you here for no reason. It was merely a misunderstanding between me and my guest. You know how these business meetings can go sometimes. A threat of one trade ship or another can be taken the wrong way.
Same. Hard same.
What the fuck was that? Alright. Please. Inform Agatha that at her earliest convenience, as busy as a woman as she is, I'd like to meet with her. I haven't been fairly forthcoming these past few weeks, and she deserves to know why. Please. Her and I will be fine. We have a few more things to talk about, but the rest of it is just the dotting of I's and the such. feel free to go. Please, and have the rest of the guards leave as well. I'll be fine. Her guard is here, and we should be safe with just him. And the guards sort of look anxiously to one another, and sheathe their weapons, and slowly begin to walk away. And he says, "You're going to elaborate, and you are going to tell me everything you before I let you leave here. Everything. If I sense that you are leaving detail out, I will not hesitate to call them back."
Perfectly.
And he's going to kind of grab your shoulder, and he's going to start to push you this way. Well, eventually you can see a small cottage. The back garden. Makes his way towards, opens the door, and leads the both of you in there. Shuts the door behind him. The door shuts behind him. You can see a small writing desk, a bed, a room that is furnished completely and modest. He gestures for you to sit at the table. As he himself sits down, gestures out a hand. Join him. As
I
you
will.
sit, and he leans forward, looking at you with the most intense and intent eyes, ready to hear every single detail you have to say. That is where we're going to end tonight's session. Oh, golly,
Wow.
gosh darn jeepers.
Hey, maybe we shouldn't assign dangerous missions to people who can't roll to save their life.
Oh, holy crap. Woo-wee.
Yay! Oh. Wow.
I'll tell you what, I'm love the map assets, Joe. Thanks, Caitlin.
You're welcome! I do! Like, I think it's so neat.
Oh,
Like, the
yeah.
garden and then it going into the cabin is really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is very pretty. It's a beautiful place to die in.
Well, I don't know.
You know, he said Vardas could have come. I don't know what you were thinking there.
I'm thinking...
Throw that out there.
I was thinking maybe that you would stealth around, and also that he might not speak freely in front of you.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, that is fair. That is fair. I'm not going to say one way or the other, but, you know.
That's what I was thinking. But, I mean, clearly not on my bed.
I mean, Varnas is just chilling eating cornbread in the dining room. He's like, this isn't bad.
This is vibing.
Oh
Guys
my
got good
God.
jokes, at least.
Okay, let's see here. Let's find somebody to raid, because this is fun. I really like doing this.
Yeah.
A 1 in 8,000 chance of those dice rolls being what they were. That's
That was
Checked
wild.
Yeah.
Let's
wow.
Here I am to ruin everything.
I was like,
Okay.
I see Plan B has been initiated.
Thanks
Nope.
for watching, everyone.
Yes, thank you for watching. Oops.
Yeah.
As we all cry.
I'm gonna talk my way out of this. Just you wait.
Help, sweaty.
He's weak.
Okay. I think
Mom's
we're
spaghetti.
gonna raid. Let's see. Oh, these people. Oh, I like these people. They're playing in person, but they have masks on. That's awesome.
They have what on?
Huh?
They have what on?
Masks on, so they're playing in person, and they have like a really cool
Oh.
set behind them.
Oh, cool.
So, not great RPG. Well, not great RPG. We're coming for you. So hang on, and let's show some support and love to our other streamers, because they deserve it. So, not great RPG. All right, they got 14 viewers. We got 11. We're about to raid. Hopefully they'll allow it.
Woo.
Nice. Okay. Alrighty. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, because this session was amazing, and I'm so excited to be back on next Friday with the next episode, because holy fuck, that's going to be wild.
Yeah.
But if you would like more D&D, if you're just hankering for more, you're like, ooh, yes, give it to me. I especially really enjoy Kayla and Jamie, who play Alec and Cyrus. Well, you can come see them play like literally the exact opposite characters tomorrow from 3 p.m. Central Standard Time to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. They're amazing. That campaign is awesome, so please check it out. But for now, we must raid.
Don't forget to tune in Thursday when I roll my backup character.
Fine, you got this. You got this.
You got it.
I believe in you.
You got it. Ooh, man. It's definitely starting from the bottom, but you can work your way up. Okay, alrighty. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a great rest of your night. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Raid time.
Oh, well,
Let's
it'll
go
actually,
raid.
it's gonna raid here in about 6 seconds. So that
What does that mean?
Oh,
So we're taking all of our
Transferring
viewers
all of our viewers and sending it to someone else.
and sending it to someone else. So we're taking 9 viewers and right now.
Do I click
Yay.
leave or do we just get sent?
Oh, we just get
okay.
sent.
you just got sent.
Yes,
For him. No, you're
Hey,
individual.
Ray.
Oh, this is so cute. I love
Incredibly
this.
well trained.
Oh, look at my little setup. It's so
very
cute.
versed with,
I know, it's awesome.
Hey, Roll with Advantage 5E, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
Thank
Well,
you
too
so
bad
much.
my computer's like taking forever
Hello,
to actually
everyone. Can we get
change.
some pipes in the chat, please?
Hi, pipe. Look
Thank you, though, for joining us.
at that. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh wait, they can still hear us? Wild.
But yeah, it's
No,
ensuring
no,
that
like, click on.
it is that there
Oh,
are descriptions that
that was
feel
weird.
fitting of the character.
Now
and,
we've
like,
rated.
even in the individuals who are well versed with being
Okay.
deceptive.
Oh my
Still give them
god.
something. Like, when you guys were interacting with the night hag, it's like, yeah, no, this seems like conversations that she's
I don't even
very
know what to do with myself.
comfortable with having.